8 Coronation Street spoilers for next week. Coming up next week on Coronation Street, Mick stages a prison break in hopes of reuniting his fractured family. Debbie clashes with Carla, Audie panics following a break-in at the shop, and a familiar face makes an unexpected comeback. Number 1. Mick breaks free. Mick makes a daring escape from custody in an effort to hold his family together. But how much will it cost him? Already behind bars for Craig Tinker's murder, Mick's world took another blow last week when it was revealed that his wife Lou was responsible for the brutal assault on Gary, who remains in a coma. Her attempt to blackmail Gary went wrong, landing her in custody. Meanwhile, their son Brody quietly contacted Mick with updates from the outside. Mick warned him to stay alert the next day, hinting that something significant was about to go down. As the storyline resumes, Mick receives a cryptic message on his contraband phone, raising his anxiety. Over on the cobbles, Brody shows up at number 4 hoping to see his younger sisters Joanie and Shanice, now staying with Tim and Sally. When Sally informs him that Tim has taken the girls to visit Weatherfield High, a shaken Brody discreetly dials Mick to update him on the revised schedule. "He's incredibly anxious," says actor Ryan Mulvey. "He worships his father, and the idea of disappointing him haunts him. He's terrified of failing to live up to Mick's expectations." That constant fear plays on his emotions, and if things don't go according to plan, he's likely to lash out. He'll feel responsible for everything falling apart. At the school, Joanie struggles to cope when other pupils start gossiping about her family. Overwhelmed and emotional, she breaks down, prompting head teacher Mrs. Crawshaw to call Sally for an early pickup. Not long after, the local police are hit with shocking news. Mick has broken out of prison. PC Jess quickly moves to interrogate Lou, who insists she knows nothing about his escape. Elsewhere, Daniel is attending a job interview with Mrs. Crawshaw when they're both stunned by Mick appearing in the hallway, demanding access to his daughters. After learning that Joanie has already gone home, a frustrated Mick locks Daniel and Mrs. Crawshaw inside an office and flees, determined to find Joanie on his own. Meanwhile, Sally is giving Joanie a private tour of the factory, unaware that Mick has just stepped onto the street, closely followed by Kit. Once inside the factory, Mick traps Tim and Sarah in Carla's office, just as Kit arrives behind him. But can Kit stop him before things spiral further? And where exactly are Sally and Joanie? Number 2. Carla grows more worried about Lisa. In the aftermath of the robbery, Carla can't help but question why Lisa didn't try to stop the fleeing suspect. When she confronts her about it, Lisa becomes defensive and shuts down the conversation, only increasing Carla's unease. Just last week, Lisa was forced to attend a mandatory therapy session following several difficult weeks, during which both her late wife, Becky, and Craig's death came under scrutiny. Her performance at work began slipping, and she ignored Brody's calls for epilepsy meds while he was in custody, leading to a serious medical incident. As a result, she was pulled from active duty and assigned desk work until she completed therapy. But Lisa refused to open up in the sessions, treating the process as a pointless formality, and visibly recoiled when Becky's name was mentioned. Now pushing away all help being offered to her, the question looms: how much longer can Lisa suppress everything she's feeling before it all comes crashing down? Number 3. Lauren develops feelings for Audie. Elsewhere on the cobbles, Lauren slowly begins to overcome her trust issues as she finds herself unexpectedly drawn to Audie. Just last week, Lauren was on edge when Audie presented her with a housewarming gift, an air fryer, and offered a hand moving into her new place, unsure if there was more to his gesture. Though Audie is still dealing with guilt over the party incident where Lauren accidentally drank his spiked drink, his actions have been nothing but sincere. Lauren's doubt was only fueled when Shona jokingly warned her that men often have ulterior motives, though she later reassured Lauren that Audie was genuinely one of the good ones, and encouraged her not to shy away if she truly liked him. Taking that advice to heart, Lauren makes a bold move next week by inviting Audie and Frankie to dinner, saying she wants to make up for how she's treated him. Adi happily agrees, unaware that Lauren is starting to see him in a new light. Number 4. Kit clings to life. While we're staying tight-lipped about the exact details, a violent clash leaves Kit critically injured and rushed into emergency surgery at Weatherfield General. As Bernie, Gemma, and Sarah hold a tense vigil by his hospital bedside, another concern emerges. Brody has mysteriously vanished since the previous night. I think it's especially tough on him because he's only just discovered that Kit is his biological father, actor Ryan explains. It's another emotional overload for Brody, and he's struggling to come to terms with it. He's aware that Kit could offer him a better future, and that realization alone is overwhelming. He's scared that his dad, already behind bars, could now be facing even more time if things go badly. He's assaulted a police officer who also happens to be Brody's birth father. This leaves him trapped in a painful internal conflict, the man who raised him versus the man who shares his blood. It's a confusing, emotional tug-of-war, and Brody isn't sure who he wants to come out on top. He'll likely keep those feelings bottled up until he figures it out for himself. But did Mick manage to flee with his family in tow? Number 5. Adi feels he's let Dev down. Later in the week, chaos erupts when the corner shop is targeted by a thief. The robber forces Adi to open the safe, then bolts. Adi gives chase and cries out for help. Carla and Lisa witness the scene, but while Carla reacts, Lisa freezes on the spot. PC Jess soon arrives to take Adi's statement. Adi recounts that the man threatened him with a wrench and got away with 6,000 pounds in cash. Feeling like he's let everyone down, Adi is crushed. He was trusted to manage the store while Dev was away. Asha tries to reassure him, reminding him that he's a victim, not to blame. Adi notes that, thankfully, the shop is insured, but Bernie can't shake the feeling that something's off about Adi's behavior. Is there more to the story than he's letting on? Number 6. Sam struggles after his scare. Over at the bistro, Nick becomes increasingly worried after learning how Sam became entangled in the school drama involving Mick. It's clear something has shifted in Sam's demeanor. He's more distant, and when Nick tries to check in with him, Sam brushes him off. Later, Hope confides in Nick that Sam's cousin Lily had hidden herself in a classroom when she spotted Mick and locked the door, leaving Sam stranded and vulnerable outside. Fuming, Nick wastes no time confronting David, urging him to deal with Lily's alarming behavior. Number 7. Debbie sets her sights on Carla. At the hotel, Debbie is livid when the estate agent informs her that her offer for number 6 has been trumped, and she's certain Carla is behind it. Debbie had planned to purchase the property with her partner Ronnie, hoping to be closer to her brother Kevin as their family grapples with both his past cancer scare and her own battle with early-onset dementia. But as she vents her frustration, Ronnie has no idea just how far Debbie's willing to go to seal the deal. Determined to win, Debbie submits an outrageously high bid to outmatch Carla, prompting Ronnie to plead with her to reconsider. But Debbie refuses to back down, insisting that she didn't build her business empire by playing it safe. Ronnie later fills Kevin in on Debbie's impulsive offer, suggesting her actions are emotionally driven by his health scare. Though Kevin has now been given the all-clear, he's still pretending to be ill to protect Abby, and hearing this hits him hard. Trying not to blow his cover, Kevin urges Debbie not to make big financial moves on his account. But will she listen before it's too late? Number 8. Dev returns out of the blue. As Bernie and Adi try to pick up the pieces at number 7, they're caught completely off guard when Dev suddenly walks through the door, asking what on earth he's missed. Dev left for India back in February to support his Aunt Geeta during her recovery after a fall. Now back on the cobbles and eager to catch up, the big question is, will Bernie and Adi fill him in on everything that's happened in his absence?